안녕하세요, 베리입니다. 매주 일요일날 9시부터 10시까지 하는 리얼맘 리얼토크 세 번째 청취 후기이고요. 간략하게 관련 내용에 대해서는 포스팅을 참조하시고 오늘 있었던 영어 방송을 짤막하게만 편집해서 올리도록 하겠습니다. 그리고 본 방송은 팟빵에 모두 업데이트 되거든요. 오늘 처음 알았어요. 그래서 전체 그 음원을 듣고 싶은 분은 그 블로그 포스팅 하단에 팟빵 그 주소를 링크를 해 놓았으니까 그 팟빵을 확인하시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 주말인데요. 우리 아이들하고 즐겁게 육아하시는 하루 되시길 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
It's just very disturbing, and then whoever looked at her, they felt really scared to look. Yeah, scared. And it was just it was a scene. She would create a scene outside, and it was very uncomfortable. But I don't know. I mean, she had a reason, right?
Yeah.
She was uncomfortable. She had to tell them, and I never really understood because she wasn't old enough to really tell me what was going on with her. But she grew out of it, thankfully. But she's still not the best. Oh, actually, in college and in high school, she was part of the theater groups. So she went on stage and performed. So she doesn't mind people looking at her anymore,
so
right?
She grew
out of it
and
yes.
overcame
facing
that.
it.
Yeah.
So it's, when you're right in the thick of things, everything looks so serious, but they grow out of it. And I think it's just a part of something that they need to go through.
Yeah.
But
I
she's
think
fine.
that's really important because you can also tell us, after what happened after because in that thick of the moment you
feel like that's going to be forever.
You feel that way,
and that's really never like that.
But you really have to look at it from in hindsight after years have passed, and then you look at it and you think it really wasn't that big of a deal.
I was so silly.
Right. And it was only 3 months of their whole life and things like that. You'll see that, and I think that's really true too.
Right.
All right, so we're going to talk about so this video, it caused a lot of debate. So we're going to talk about the debate that it caused after a song. We're going to listen to Suyeon's song request. You've been listening to a lot of Westlife.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Westlife.
Can you introduce the song for us?
Flying Without Wings.
Everybody's looking for that something.
Once I was old enough in maybe high school. But before that, I was restricted. And my other friends, they never had sleepovers in their lives. Yeah, some of them. And actually, during university, we had to drag one friend out of her house and beg her mom to let her go and sleep over with us. So it's that much a level of strictness over there. Yeah.
No, I don't think there's a right or wrong. It's just a different way of growing up.
Dealing with things.
Right.
So.
Certainly nothing to get death threats about.
I know. I mean, for me, I'm an only child, so friends were really important to me. So I had lots of sleepovers, and those were my happy times. So I tried to do that with my daughters.
That's true. We'll leave it there for now. All right, so we are going to move on to Bad Moms Club in just a bit. We'll listen to a song before that. Here is Hami with 새벽 지나면 아침.
어젯밤 나를 감싸주다 너의 온기가 그리워
The surrounding areas. And I'm your host, Karen Choi. We're always waiting to hear from our listeners. You can take part in the show by sharing your stories as a mom. Send us your thoughts and questions, and we'll try to introduce them during the show. You can do this via email to realmom.tbs@gmail.com or by following us on Instagram at realmom.tbs and leaving us your comments or sending us a direct message there. Remember, you can always listen again to our show through podcast by looking up our segments, either Mom's Focus or Bad Moms Club on Naver Audio Clip, or by searching for TBS EFM Real Mom Real Talk on 팟빵 or iTunes. Before moving on, we do have a quick announcement for post-COVID-19 vaccination precautions. If you are experiencing symptoms of fever after being vaccinated, make sure to drink plenty of water and get some rest. You can also take fever reducers like paracetamol to relieve symptoms of fever and muscle aches. If these symptoms continue for more than 2 days, make sure to visit the doctor. And if you are experiencing sudden respiratory problems, feeling dizzy, or feel like losing consciousness, you must call 119 immediately or visit the emergency room. We'll be right back with Bad Moms Club, so don't go away. Welcome back to Bad Moms Club. So a lot of moms these days, I'm guilty of it myself, micromanage their children. They're called alpha moms, tiger moms, helicopter moms. We're called all sorts of names. But this kind of control can hurt our kids. I think these moms, we know that it can hurt our kids. But how do we refrain from doing so? So we're going to talk about this issue with our moms here in the studio. So we still have Suyeon and Farah in the studio with us. First off, I want to ask you guys, are you or were you that type of mom, the OCD mom, the helicopter mom, the tiger mom?
I'm actually not.
Yeah, Suyeon, I can kind of see you not being that.
But there's a reason. There's a reason. My mom was.
Oh.
So, like, she dictated, like, when I cut my hair and, like, if I had to perm it, you know, like, little things, how I organized my dresser, like, little things. Like, she'd go through my bag. It was very, you know, like, my whole life.
Okay,
very
I'm not
controlling.
that bad.
I know. Most people aren't, hopefully. So, when I'm growing, I mean, I'm an only child. She had no one else to really do that.
Okay.
So growing up like that, I obviously hated it. So I, decided very early on that I would not do that to my children.
Oh,
so I really, like, I always tell people, I sort of let them be and just sort of find their way.
For you, or?
Oh yeah, it was very hard for me, but also, I also found out that if I put too much energy into, like, doing everything, because, when they're little, you have a lot of things to do, I usually got sick. And I just...
it started affecting your health.
Right, and I just decided that I was not going to be sick.
Just relax.
I was just going to relax.
Okay.
It's okay if they wore the wrong socks.
Yeah.
It's okay if they're a little late.
In the long run, it does not matter.
Right, and the world won't end. I just sort of... It came naturally, but it really started when I was little.
Oh. Well, it's now time for the final segment of our show. It's called Parenting 101. We have Professor Im Dong-sun of Ewha Women's University in the Department of Communication Disorders and CEO of iSay Lab joining us here in the studio to give us some advice and answers to some of the common parenting questions and communications-related questions that our listeners may have. Hello, Professor.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to jump right into a question that one of our listeners sent in. It goes, hello, Dr. Im. I'm raising a 4-year-old son and would like to know how to read books to my children. I think this is a question that a lot of our listeners may have. So it goes, I read an article saying that it is really important for parents to read books to children, yet I am not sure how to make this happen. Would you let me know how to make reading part of our daily routine?
Great question. And today, I can give you more like specific guidelines rather than more of a, research findings, or because it seems like she already read the article and she knows it is important. I think she's asking like hands-on, It's very simple, but story time is a great way to connect with your child and enjoy some quality time together. And it can also help your child's language develop. As teachers and parents and caregivers, we know how important it is to read with young children to help them prepare for school too. But we know that it can be hard to find the time to read with your child. So here are some of the tips to help you make reading part of your daily routine, because she asked that daily routine thing.
Right.
So first thing, turn off what would that be? Turn off
Your
TV.
phones.
Yeah,
Okay, phones, TVs.
Especially phones, you're right. TVs, radios. Not this radio, but like while you're reading books.
Right.
Because I know that a lot of parents, TVs are on while they're reading the books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're on. It's just like a background noise.
Yeah.
So, and then also phones. So there are no distractions for kids. And not only for kids, but also for you.
For you, yeah.
Right. Second, create a cozy place to read. I usually read on our bed. Yeah, so on our master bedroom just before we sleep. So that's a good way of finding a cozy place. This could be like an armchair, squeezy armchair in the sitting room, or a pile of pillows in a corner of your child's room. It can be any way, right? The area where you spend most of your story time should be comfy and inviting. So the reason why we say this is because we're not doing this for study. We're not doing this for academic reasons.
Yeah.
We're just having, emotionally just
Bonding
relax.
time.
Yeah, bonding time,
Yeah.
right? Scooshy, yeah. So having a comfy space should mean that you and your child are happier when you are reading together. So third, sit close together. So like side by side or, face to face. So your child can see your face and the book at the same time. This will keep your child interested. So don't okay, let's read the book and
Just read.
or, okay, it's on you. Like you read, I do whatever, my cell phone, right? So it's not like your job. It's like we're doing it together, right?
Yeah.
So this will keep your child interested. So fourth now goes on, you can encourage your child to hold the book themselves sometimes and turn the page by themselves too. It really depends on how old the child might be. And fifth, you don't have to read at the same time every day, but sometimes it helps to pick the same time each day to get you into a habit of reading, because she did mention that, routine.
Yeah.
Usually I read before we went to
Bedtime.
bed. But, during daytime, they always read. But that before bedtime is my reading time, so I was more involved, right? So it'll be nice. It doesn't have to be before, sleeping, right? It can be after meal time, or it can be after playtime, so you can just, pick a time.